Welcome to our journey to Easter Island, a remote and enchanting destination that holds deep cultural, historical, and natural significance. Situated over 2,000 miles from the nearest continent, Easter Island, or Rapa Nui as it is known to its native inhabitants, offers a captivating adventure into the past and present. The island is renowned for its iconic Moai statues, vast volcanic landscapes, and fascinating history. But Easter Island is more than just a place. It is a living, breathing story of a resilient people, their remarkable achievements, and their ongoing efforts to preserve their heritage. As we begin our journey to this unique island, imagine stepping into a world that has remained largely untouched by modernity. Its remoteness gives it an air of mystery, an unspoiled tranquility that seems to exist outside the flow of time. The first sight of Easter Island from the ocean is enough to take your breath away. Green volcanic hills rise from the deep blue Pacific, and the vastness of the ocean seems to stretch forever. You can already sense that you are about to embark on something truly special. Easter Island is known for its isolation, not just geographically, but also culturally. Located in the southeastern Pacific Ocean, it is one of the most remote inhabited islands on Earth. Its isolation has played a significant role in shaping the culture and survival strategies of the Rapa Nui people, the island's native inhabitants. The island was first settled by Polynesians, who, navigating vast expanses of ocean, reached the shores of Rapa Nui between the 8th and 12th centuries. These early explorers used the stars, ocean currents, and wind patterns to guide them, showcasing a level of navigational skill and knowledge that was unparalleled in their time. The settlement of Easter Island by these Polynesians is an extraordinary feat in itself. These navigators embarked on long sea voyages, using the constellations and their intricate understanding of the oceans to reach what was then an isolated and uninhabited island. Their arrival marks a turning point in the island's history, as they established the foundation for the culture, traditions, and technologies that would define Easter Island for centuries. This early connection with the land and the sea, forged through the voyages across the Pacific, has left a lasting imprint on the island's history. When the first Polynesians arrived on Easter Island, they encountered a pristine environment, rich with natural resources. Lush forests, fertile volcanic soil, and an abundance of fish in the surrounding waters provided them with everything they needed to thrive. They cleared land for agriculture, grew sweet potatoes, taro, and yams, and developed techniques to use the island's resources sustainably. The island's rich biodiversity allowed the Rapa Nui people to live in harmony with nature for centuries. However, as time went on, they began to face challenges that would test their ingenuity and resilience. The Rapa Nui people's relationship with their environment was intricately tied to their spiritual beliefs. The land was not simply a place to survive, it was sacred. The Moai statues, towering figures carved from volcanic tuff, serve as powerful symbols of this connection. They were not just monumental works of art, they were deeply spiritual creations. Each Moai represented a chief or an important ancestor, serving as a conduit between the living and the spiritual world. The Moai were believed to have a profound influence over the land, and their presence was meant to invoke blessings of prosperity and protection for the people. As we walk among these incredible statues, it's impossible not to feel awe and wonder at the sheer scale and craftsmanship involved. The Moai were carved in the Rano Raraku quarry, a sacred site on the island. This quarry holds hundreds of unfinished Moai, frozen in time. Some of these statues are only partially carved, while others are fully formed, but have never been moved from their place of creation. The Moai vary greatly in size, with some reaching heights of over 30 feet and weighing as much as 80 tons. The statues were originally placed on ceremonial platforms called ahu, which were aligned with the island's key villages. The Moai were not merely decorative, they were a symbol of political and spiritual power, representing the spirits of ancestors who would protect the community. The story of the Moai goes beyond the artistry of their creation. The sheer labor and resourcefulness required to move these statues across the island is a testament to the innovation of the Rapa Nui people. Without the use of modern machinery or technology, they transported these massive figures using logs, ropes, and human strength. It is believed that the statues were walked into place, with the Rapa Nui coordinating efforts to sway the Moai back and forth, inching them toward their final destinations. This process was an extraordinary feat of engineering and organization, one that has captivated historians and archaeologists for generations. As we continue to explore the island, we begin to understand the deeper cultural significance of the Moai. The statues were not only meant to honor the ancestors, but also served as guardians of the community. The larger the Moai, the greater the spiritual power it was believed to hold. The Moai were also symbols of leadership. Chiefs would commission the creation of Moai to assert their power and influence, and each statue was a physical representation of the chief's authority over the island's people. The Moai were not only a reflection of the past, but a manifestation of the ongoing social and political structure of Rapa Nui society. But the Moai's significance goes beyond their physical presence. The Moai were also tied to the island's social and religious practices. The placement of the statues on the Ahu platforms was a ritualistic act. The Rapa Nui believed that the statues would channel the mana, or spiritual power, of the ancestors and provide protection and blessings to the communities they watched over. The Moai were often positioned so that they faced inland, watching over the villages with their backs to the ocean. This positioning symbolized their role in overseeing the welfare of the people, ensuring prosperity and protection. However, as we delve deeper into the history of Easter Island, we come to a point of reflection. Despite their monumental achievements, the Rapa Nui people faced great challenges in maintaining their society. The very success of the Moai culture came at a significant cost. The massive construction of statues and the clearing of forests for the transportation of the Moai led to the deforestation of Easter Island. As the forests were cleared for timber, the soil eroded and the island's agriculture began to suffer. This environmental degradation, combined with overpopulation and the depletion of natural resources, set the stage for the collapse of the Moai culture. By the 17th century, the social and political structure of Easter Island began to unravel. Internal conflict arose between different clans and groups, each vying for control of the Moai and the power they represented. The Moai were toppled, and many of the ceremonial platforms were abandoned. The rise of a warrior culture further disrupted the island's spiritual practices, and by the time Europeans arrived in the 18th century, the once thriving civilization of Easter Island was in decline. The arrival of Europeans brought diseases and slave raids, further decimating the population and exacerbating the challenges the Rapa Nui people faced. But Easter Island's story is not one of complete destruction. While the island society collapsed, the Rapa Nui people did not disappear. They survived and adapted to the new challenges brought by external influences. In the modern era, the Rapa Nui people have worked tirelessly to preserve their culture and heritage. The restoration of the Moai statues, for example, has been an ongoing project that continues to this day. These efforts are not just about preserving physical monuments. They are also about reconnecting with the spiritual and cultural roots of the island. The Rapa Nui people have shown incredible resilience in the face of adversity. Despite centuries of hardship, they have managed to rebuild their society, revive their traditions, and safeguard their cultural identity. Today, Easter Island is not only a place of historical and archaeological significance, but also a thriving community with a strong connection to its past. The island's residents continue to honor their ancestors through cultural ceremonies, art, and music, ensuring that the traditions of the Moai and the island's unique heritage are passed down to future generations. As we reach the end of our journey, we reflect on the lessons that Easter Island teaches us. The Moai, the volcanic craters, the rich marine life, and the ancient cultural traditions all serve as reminders of the delicate balance between humanity and nature. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos.